so much for joining me. Today I've got possibly the quickest and easiest way to make a journal. Okay, and using this method gives you a heap of options. It's versatile. So I've got one here that I have fully decorated. It will make a tall skinner insert or journal. Okay, you can also do them in tea dyed. This one's in white and it's just using simple envelopes. The beauty of this is it doesn't matter what style of journal you make. This is suitable for everybody. You can decorate them with digitals. You can decorate them with junk. You can decorate them with scraps. You can decorate them with your own art. You can do what you want with them. Okay, they're super fast to make. I'm going to make one with you in a minute in real time to show you how fast it is. But let me tell you the benefits of this very humble little project. So you can decorate them. They're fully customizable. You can create pockets and flips all over the place. I've kept mine basic so that it's slim to fit in a pocket of a journal. Or you can open it in the centre and you can sew it in the centre of a signature in a journal. Or slip it through the elastics of a Midori style journal. Okay? You can add more pages, more pockets. You can do what you like. The beauty of this style is you can make them ahead of time. It is a fast mass make. You can make a heap of these in no time at all. And you can have them on hand, ready to decorate, to coordinate with whatever journal you're making. Okay? So that it's not just a one style. Leave them blank, decorate them later. You can make multiples of these, okay? And you can either have it like I'm having it as a little insert, or you can glue them back to back, fully glued, glue all over, glue them back to back, or glue them there, there and there, so you've got a pocket, and you can build up an entire journal out of these. But it is a fast way of making a journal base. You can make them in minutes. The other thing that you can do is this could be possibly the fastest way of making a flip-flop journal. You make two of these, you have one with the pages facing you and one with the spine facing you, and glue them together. Okay, then you've got pages that way, turn it, pages that way. And again, you can glue as many together as you like. There's just two here. You could have 3 or 4 or 5, okay? To make your Z-fold journal, or they call them flip-flop journals. I always call them Z-folds, but whatever. They rename things, okay? You could even make a journal going that way. Who says it has to be that way? You can make it going that way, okay? They're so versatile. And like I say, the base is a mass make that you can make in minutes, and I'm going to show you how right now. So, all you need are 2 envelopes, either plain white, tea dyed, whatever. Just one piece of advice before we start. If you want to decorate and you want to mat that window perfectly, take one of your envelopes, deconstruct it, take the cellophane out, and you have got a template that you can lay over any patterned paper or anything. You can draw it in there and it will tell you where to cut the window. That just saves you a little bit of a headache. So all you do, so simple. The first one, okay, you fold it in. So your opening is towards the middle. You fold it in, okay. Then you get the second one and you are going to glue the flap here. And you're just going to insert it. Nothing new. Nothing new. It's as old as the hills. We've made mini albums out of them. We've been doing these for years. You know, journal making is relatively new to the scene. We've been making these for years. We've made mini albums out of them. We've done all sorts with envelopes, okay? I've done these a million times. But this is the quickest way to make yourself a journal, especially if you're new, okay? Now that's a bit sticky, so I'm going to fold that down. So I'm just going to pull that tab off there and refold that down so that it's all down nice and sturdy. Have I got a paper tab? I haven't got a paper tab. Some of them have got sticky tabs, some of them haven't. Okay, so let me just put that back in and glue that back down. So you're joining them together very, very simply with the flaps. Now when you tea dye and coffee dye your envelopes, some bits can come undone. Just glue them all back down together. Okay, so then what you can do is decide where you want your pockets. All right, so you can have side pockets, you can have top pockets. So the quickest way that I do it is I will just literally put it in my trimmer. I'm going to have the back one as a top loading. Okay, so I'll put it in my trimmer, just taking a sliver off and stop at the middle. Okay, stop at the middle. And then, so now I've got a top opening. And then this one I'm going to have side opening, so I'm just going to put it in and I'm going to cut a sliver. Or you could have them both top opening or both side opening. It's up to you. All right, so that's that. So then what you can do is you can just tack this little bit down here. Okay, just tack it all down. We're not gluing it shut, but I'm just reconstructing this little tiny slit here. I can just glue back down so that I've just got top opening. Okay, because you know it'll come undone because they're envelopes. So then what you do is, and rather than start cutting pieces of paper, I'm going to demonstrate here. You'll cut yourself a piece of paper, whatever paper you want. I'm not using paper today because I don't want to distract you from the fact that you can use anything. And you will cut it the width up to the fold. Okay, so not to here, but to the fold. And then when you glue that paper down, you're gluing it on the back of the envelope and all over this envelope here. That will then glue that bit. It will seal that because your pattern paper's glued there. And you do the same on the other side. Okay, all right, you can do it after the fact. Now one thing you can do to make these a little bit stronger, and if I just demonstrate, is you can get some strips of paper and you can slide them in there. They'd be the full length. Slide them in there on both sides before you add your pattern paper, okay, to give some strength. Okay, to add some strength to that fold. All right, that's another thing you can do. Another thing that you can do with your patterned paper, if I take this as an example, so we'll be gluing it there. Okay, so what you can do with your patterned paper is you can just glue it on 3 sides instead of all of it, and then you'll be creating another pocket there as well as you've got your pocket there. Okay, and you can do that on both. You can even do it on the back. Okay, so you can customize it. You could add a flip there, you could add a flip there, a flip there. They're fully customizable. Then you just get any kind of papers. The more random, I feel, the better they look. Okay, you don't want too many because you don't want one of them to be too bulky. You can always go ahead and make several. Okay, so then you just get your papers and you want them just shy of the height of the envelopes, and you want them, I like mine to fit so that they're not protruding. Okay, yeah, and then you find the center, you clip it all together. If you have a sewing machine, you can sew it. And that's what I'm going to do right now. So I'm just going to spin around. I'm going to sew it in real time so you can see how fast these are to make. I'm just sliding it into my sewing machine. I'm going to use black thread so it stands out so you can see it. Okay, and it will not harm my sewing machine. It is just paper, and we've not got too many pages. We've not got too much bulk. Take your time. Don't have your sewing machine too fast. Doesn't matter if you go a little bit offline and your sewing's not straight. It doesn't matter, okay? It'll still function and it'll still work. So it doesn't matter what your skill level is when it comes to giving journal making a try. It doesn't matter. Nothing needs to be perfect. There we go, done. If you don't have a sewing machine, obviously you can do the 3-hole pamphlet stitch, okay? or you can just do a literal running stitch. In, out, in, out, in, out, all the way up and back down again. Okay, I like to make sure that my sewing is a little bit wonky and uneven and tatter when it's a vintage style item. All right, so that is your basic little, that is a journal. Okay, have I done it upside down? It's that way. So then I'll have a pocket there and I'll have a top loading pocket there. I've got a mini signature that I can decorate just the one at a time, like I have here. I've got my journal cards in here. I've done the window, I've done some collage, and then I've got beautiful paper, and then I've got some writing paper in the centre here. Instead of just plain, I used a digital, and I folded it over to create two little pockets, decorated it with my fussy cuts. Okay, and then you've got more writing paper, and then on the top loading pocket here, I made a little, just a really quick and easy little notebook that slides in. The possibilities really are endless, but what I especially love is the idea that they are stackable. That you can make one, or you can make several. You can stack them to make a larger journal. You can turn them to make a flip-flop journal, that way Amanda. Or a Z-fold journal. It's so versatile. It's well worth making a heap of these in advance. If you don't feel like doing a large journal, just decorate one. Have fun decorating it, getting some ideas on your collage, or doing your stenciling, or using your scraps or your junk or whatever. And if you feel like a bigger project, join a few together and make a larger journal. I hope you like that idea. This paper is the Lavender Dreams. If you're interested, I will link it in the description box below. You can make these in minutes, as I've shown you, and they are super, super versatile. Go and have some fun. Thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.